What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I am coming at you with a version 2. I don't do this too often, but, you know, it's a version 2 of a deck that I put up so long ago, and I have made enough changes to it that it definitely deserves its own standalone video. I know I was supposed to be doing this little mini-series where I'm refining top-tier decks, but since, as I'm recording this, is the 29th of July, there's only a few more videos left before I go on my little break. So, you know, I think I'm still going to continue to do that. I've actually been working on a new take on Mono Red, so I'll probably leave that one for the last video before my break. And I wanted to just dig up one of my favorite decks from the last few months. This goes right as far back as March of the Machine. Early access, and then I just never got to play with the cards again because it was, you know, I've already done it, and I'm always trying to bring you guys with some fresh stuff, but it was one of the ones that I enjoyed playing with the most, and for whatever reason, you know, it just never ended up being a thing. It just unfortunate because a lot of the cards in this deck are like really cool and well designed, and then just because of the nature of the meta, they just never made an impression. It just never ever took off, since, you know, the next thing that's going to happen as far as the Magic World's calendar is the beginning of spoiler season sometime in the middle of August, and then Wilds of Eldraine is going to be all the craze. These cards are probably just going to end up seeing absolutely no play, especially considering that, you know, they're mostly Phyrexians, and now that the war is over and we're moving on, there's probably going to be less support for Phyrexian Tribe and whatnot. So this may be the last time that we get to give these cards a little bit of time in the sun. And so, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Glistening Dawn, version 2. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you will remember this deck. For those of you who have just joined the BrewLab, first of all, welcome. But yeah, feast your eyes on what is essentially a Golgari Phyrexian Tribal with a Incubator Sub Theme deck. And I've thoroughly enjoyed playing that first one, version 1. There's definitely been quite a few adjustments. I've been tinkering with the numbers of things. I've brought in the Yawgmoth Praetor here. I've brought in one of the new 5-mana Shelly. So it's definitely not the same deck at all. Also, the mana bases had a little bit of a rework, and I've picked some slightly different removal spells. I've gone a little bit heavier on the Gix's commands. It's you know, I don't even believe the previous version had any Sheoldreds, the 4-mana one. I need to go back and look at the exact list. But it's been so long that I really wanted to give these cards another last roll, as I've just mentioned. So I don't feel the need to go over everything into too much detail. I'll just split things up into their respective categories, as I often do. So this is our removal package. You know, when I'm playing Golgari, I've got to play Tear Asunder. You guys know how much I love this card. It's just freaking amazing. So we've actually got quite a bit of ways of dealing with enchantments, who you know, I still run into very often on the ladder, between the Tear Asunder, the Glissa's combat trigger, as well as the damage trigger, and then Boseiju, one of enchantments have been okay, and then, you know, 3 go for the throats, 3 Sheoldred's Edict, 3 Gix's command should kind of deal with everybody else. Don't forget that also 5-mana Shelly, when she enters the battlefield, does remove something, as well as the backside True Scriptures. It also happens to be an alternate win con. But the real meat and potatoes is the following. We're trying to go, like, I don't know, turn 2 Butcher. It's not the most amazing play, because you want to play the Butcher when you've already got a board full of Phyrexians, and then you play them, and then they gain Menace until end of turn. But if you've got nothing better going on, just play the Butcher, because then anyway, on turn 3, whatever you play, and there's plenty of 3-drops in the deck, we're almost always going to have one in the opening hand, is going to now be a bit bigger because of the Anthem effect. But if you, depending on the matchup, if the Butcher doesn't feel like the right thing to do on turn 2, then just hold up removal. We've got plenty of 2-mana removal spells that we can hold up for that turn. Turn 3, though, is stacked. A lot of juicy cards here. First off, the Bloated Processor, and this is one of the ones that I was just referring to in the introduction, that just never saw any play, and I, for one, was so disappointed, because it's such a cool card design, right? It's a free sack outlet for Phyrexians. Whenever you sack a Phyrexian to the Bloated Processor, you get a +1/+1 counter on it, and then whenever it dies, you incubate X, where X is its power. So, you know, in response to a depopulate, you just one by one sacrifice your entire board to the processor, and then he's the last to die, but then you get a massive incubator token. And that's really, 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 really cool. I just wish, you know, Sunfall just make that's the one deck tonight that if we run into it, I'll probably just concede and just move on to the next one, because it's obviously going to be a loss. Like, we've got no real comeback mechanic. We've got plenty of ways to bring things back from the graveyard between Gix's Command, you know, the third mode there, as well as a couple copies of Takenuma. But Sunfall exiles, so bye-bye. I'm really preying on Mono White and Mono Red and Selesnya tonight, which are the top 3 most, you know, represented in the meta according to Untapped. Of course, let's see what the matchmaker decides to do tonight. But if we run into those decks, I feel unstoppable. Like, good luck Adeline attacking into a Glissa Sunslayer with First Touch and Death Strike. Good luck Mono Red getting through these big guys and all of our removal. I think if we get lucky with the matching, we should be getting a very nice run tonight. But yeah, continuing with the 3 drops, the new addition here is I brought in Gix. He's really nice, as you know, but if you consider that both Gix and Glissa have this, like, when they get through for damage, draw a card, lose 1 life, and then you've got 3 Sheoldreds in the deck, so even if you're losing the life, you just gain more back, and it's a net gain if you have Sheoldred in play. So between Gix and Glissa here, we're going to hopefully be drawing some cards with that. And then, onto the 4 drops, and this is where we get to the reason behind the name of the deck. The Glistening Dawn, and we're playing Glissa. Get it? Glistening Dawn. We're going to try and go. Turn 2, as I said, Butcher. Turn 3, one of these guys. Turn 4, Glistening Dawn. So it incubates X twice. You get 2 incubator tokens, and each one is as big as the number of lands you control. So if you do it on 4, they're going to be 4 incubators. Then the following turn, you play Glissa, the Herald of Predation. 5 mana Glissa. She's a 3/5. And, you know, if you've got Butchers in play, this thing gets pretty big. So not so easy to remove. Great blocker. And, you know, in this line I'm describing now, the mode we're after is the second one, transform all incubator tokens you control. This happens at the beginning of your combat. And, you know, transforming these without having to pay any mana. And if you've got a Butcher in play, suddenly you've just made like 10 damage available. Boom, swing in. And then, you know, the next turn if she survives, and the next turn if she survives, you keep picking whichever one's best for the board state, but, you know, you try to then remake a bunch of incubators, and then at some point you transform them all again, and then, but the third mode there is also really nice. Once you, like, maybe, you know, deep late game, or the opponent's, like, gotten rid of your processor, and you were able to make an incubator token off of that, and you've got a few other Phyrexian around, and then you just pick the third mode instead of transforming. Gives all your Phyrexians first strike and death touch until end of turn. And I particularly like that with the little might tokens, which are generally like the opponent doesn't really care. You just block them, whatever. It's just a 1/1. But now this 1/1 has first strike and death touch, so you know, we'll always trade favorably in combat, and that is I've been really enjoying doing that with Glissa. Just an all round, like, amazing card that, again, I wish had seen more play, and it just never did. So hopefully we get some good matchups, and we get to showcase some underplayed cards from March of the Machine. The rest of the cards are pretty clear, right? Mana base wise, just 1 Boseiju, 2 Takenumas, some duels and some basics, and 4 Mirrex. Glistening Dawn version 2. Let's jump into some games and see how it holds up in this late season Mythic ladder. All sorts of jank happening this time of the month, usually. Also, I've allowed myself to drift a little lower by testing, you know, real janky stuff on the ladder over the last few days, just trying to have some fun with this very, very solved format. And then better stuff happens around here than in the higher 90s and in the numbers. So hopefully we don't run into too much, like, you know, Esper control, Azorius control. Those would be really my least favorite decks to play against tonight. Woo! Aha! Orzhov midrange? I was kind of hoping you'd play either that or Wedding Announcement, because here comes Tear Asunder, baby! Oh, back up Tear Asunder if you... They usually will then follow it up with the Wedding Announcement. Okay. That sucks. Okay. But 26 lands in this deck is a lot more than my usual, and we're just completely bricking out. It just drives me insane. Just losing to a brick like this. Finally. I have a bad feeling that I should have kept those, because this deck's going to be playing the Kaya. I would think. But this I'll hold back on the 5-mana Shelly for the next Planeswalker, because you'll be forced to sack it. So far I see no creatures other than tokens, and this is a non-token. Man, I just finished saying how, like, I wish we'd just play anything other than, and here we go. Freaking Mr. Sunfall, Mr. Farewell. Yay!
Get in, deal some damage, get out. Sounds easy enough. That's
Here comes Shelly! You're gonna love this one, aren't you? I hope he's not Mr. Tolvada. Woo! Couldn't have asked for a worse matchup. Honestly, just ridiculous. Now he's gonna make us discard our Gix's command. I hope not. Maybe not. Just maybe. Fingers crossed. Wow, did your hand was that like just the perfect hand ever? Incredible. Whew. We get to cast our freaking... Right, cancel. Let's try and get this Liliana off the board first. And then we can go...
I know when I'm not wanted.
Yay. Just ridiculous. Everything we did was just ding, 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 the perfect answer, the perfect answer. I'm gonna hold back this one, of course. Although he's probably just got go for the throat. Tough matchup, mate.
Out of my way. I have a way. You deal with this annoyance.
First the flood, then the brick. Wowza. Just every turn you've only drawn the gas. I'll take that trade. Ah. Wow. Just wow. Auto tapper is just so terrible. Cut down. Oh, will you stop it? Please?
Enough with the mysteries. I've come. I've always hated crowds.
I only really do this so much because we're so
Zombies and leave.
rude. How many lands did we just draw? I'm shocked, man. I'm just shocked. Wow. Shocking. Oh.
I am vengeance,
Ha.
bloody and righteous.
Ha.
Nothing on Innistrad.
Now it's my turn to show you some pain, my friend. We're on 2 life though, so pretty gnarly, but these incubators are huge. Oh, you better find something next turn or
I return.
that's curtains for you, my friend. I'll be so happy to win, honestly. Good game. Yeah! Oh, Flood. Answered everything we had. Friggin' Kaya. Oh my goodness, that was 2 Sunfalls, all these walkers, and we got there. We got there in the end. Glistening Dawn, you beauty. 12 12s. Off you go, Mr. Farewell. Farewell, Mr. Farewell. Hallelujah. I really needed that win. That was so good. Let me just put the volume down a tiny bit. I don't want the microphone to pick up my... As you can see, I'm not wearing my headphones. Just ran out of battery before I hit record. Freaking Murphy's Law. Alright, game 2. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. Mr. Frodo. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep it. Just the one reason why I was thinking to mulligan is we didn't have a green source. So I was gonna, you know. It looks like mono green so far. And that's cool. Mono green doesn't scare me too much. That card, though, kinda does. One way, like, ooh, Butcher. I think we go double Butcher. Or maybe we just go Butcher and Edict. More ramp. Cool. Butcher. Double Butcher. 100% guaranteed. Alright. Watch this. Ow. Boom. Bye. Yeah, I wish mono green was playable. That card, what's it? The Tribute to the World Tree is the one card that like gives me hope that like with Eldraine coming soon, more support, yada yada. I think what would be really nice, and I did mention, you know, I had a little chat with one of my longtime subscribers, Moonwatcher. You know, if we had like a 1 mana dork. Been a while since we had one. Like everything is a 2 mana one lately, so maybe a 1 mana dork could be like a pretty important piece going forward. Scuba Steve 1984. I'll keep it because I'm crazy like that. Okay. which we on that last turn. Looks like another Orzhov mid-range. Oh! Hey, Phyrexians versus Phyrexians. Let's start with Glissa. Because if he doesn't get rid of her right away, we may be able to get rid of Skrull's Hive. Just straight up. They often play that like Annex Sentry. Okay, okay. Nice. Very sneaky. This is the play here, but yeah, let's be mana efficient and just put everything down. Scuba Steve. What you got for me? Are you using this hive just for, you know, sack fodder for your Rite of Oblivion-like spells? Now I'm very happy that I have you. Non-token creature. Why? And let's get Bloaty Boy going for now. Let's keep these until we find a, you know, 5-mana Glissa. We haven't found one yet, even though there's 3 in the deck. Okay. Okay, just Orzhov tokens with Mondrak. Zap! I love Gix's command, man. What a sweet ass card. I like, you know, if I had like a wish list for Eldraine, up there in the top 5 most wished for cards is a decent sweeper for black. Like, yes, black is really strong and it's had a lot of really strong cards lately, and maybe it's time for, like, I don't know, Simic or, you know, green or other colors to take control for a little while, but black is really, like, it's been, I don't know how many sets. Like, yes, Gix's command is one. Kinda. Not always. It's not clean. And it hasn't been since Mythic Massacre that there's been anything. Like, that's many sets back. We haven't had each new set comes around and I'm like, oh, this will be the one. They'll print another black sweeper. Nothing. Over and over again. It's interesting. Like, I wonder what the thinking is. I guess they just thought, you know, there's so many strong cards. Ugh. Not this. Not this. But okay, we were supposed to be pretty fairly set up to deal with this crap. So, you know, we've got the 2... I'm hoping to find like a 3-mana Glissa would be nice. Don't you just love it when the deck listens like that? Oh! Let's go with the removal now. Fortunately, though, I mean, unfortunately, they've got 2 basics already. Like, what do you think the chances are that he doesn't have, you know, what's his name? What's the damn card called? Ossification. I would be pretty convinced that I'm about to get ossified right now. Fortunately, I have Boseiju in hand. Yes, this gives him another basic. And he was struggling with that. But that's one less ossification down. Fingers crossed. I may actually go for the Dawn next turn. I would love to beat this damn deck. I cannot stand it. It's one of my... Not because of anything other than it's just overplayed. Like, oh, wow. That's unusual. I guess it's a nod to the Mire. It's just so many cards are like from Kamiga. So long ago. These are 6/6s now, potentially. Okay, this is some kind of like subpar version. Now, whoever he tries to ossify, we can eat with the processor. So then it'll pull the... If he knows what he's doing, because these are pretty underplayed cards, he'll go for the processor with his removal. Another destroy evil? Nah, it's the removal. It's the... He's just... he's having a good read there. Let's see if he picks the right card. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Where does it land? Nom nom nom. Get out of here. Pardon me while I borrow a line from Mr. Malone. Get out of here. Wow. Third generous visitor. Who would have thought, huh? So unique and underplayed. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. They're still quite smallish. Woo! Why, hello there. Goodbye. Top Deck City, baby. Enchantments and packing, baby. Super happy with that one. Off you go, my friend. Wow. A lot of good wins. I'm impressed. I'm just kind of hoping to finally draw a 5-mana Glissa. Again, there's 3 of them in the deck. I don't think we've seen one since we started tonight's video. So, come on, Shuffler. Come on. Give me some Glissas. I want some Glissas. It's such a sweet card. Still reeling on that match against Orzhov. We were so close, down to 2 life, and then just 2 12/12 incubators. Babushka! The Molest. It's just such a nice card, that Glistening Dawn. I want to try and jam it in other decks. Like I tried all kinds of incubate. There we go. I found one, so I'm going to keep this hand, even though it's not amazing. Mono black. Oh, you slimy little bugger. It's gonna be freaking Sheoldred next turn. Woo! Sheoldred bothers me so much. It's so tough to get around. When you're on the draw and your creatures don't have haste, and you were not able to go 1-drop, 2-drop, so you don't have enough bodies, so then, you know, the -2 just gets rid of your only creature, and then it's just, yeah, okay, here we go. Let's end up discarding our entire freaking hand. I wonder what he's gonna go for, though. Like, yeah, that would have been my initial thoughts as well. If it's Shelly, I mean, at least the Butcher is recursive, you know. The Molest. Just to go for the throat. Huh. Okay. Pretty frustrating. Not gonna lie. Because now it also goes to nighttime. Woo! That's like, come on. Are they listening to me, wizards? Like, are you listening to me or what? Like, I just complained, oh, there's 3 in the deck. Nah. Now we get all 3 in the top 10 with no mana to cast it. It's sometimes I just feel like it's some kind of a joke. And I can't even target anything with this, so why make it blue? So, okay, nighttime. Now Sheoldred. How did he get this? How did he get that? Is this some kind of visual glitch? He wasn't forced to reveal any cards. It's mono black, so why would he play Tear Asunder? What's going on? When did... I think it's a glitch in the game. Honestly. Right? I mean... Trippy. Real trippy. Anyway, this one's a GG. We haven't drawn any lands. These things happen. Again, sometimes it just feels like there's more than just randomness to it. I guess it's just that, you know, you play so much of it and then cognitive bias like cherry picks the matches where it seemed like something funny was going on and forgets about all the matches when things just went perfectly normally. But like, how funny is it that, like, I just finished saying that and then we get all 3 in the top 10 without the mana to cast it? It feels like, oh, come on, man. What kind of a joke is this? Lekitae. Okay, that's a much more, like, even hand, like normal kind of hand. We've got removal, we got 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. Okay. Please play a black land. Please play a white land. Oh, at least that. Okay. Some sort of weird things going on here. Might even be you know, our good friend, the Illuminator Virtuoso. He's like Azorius, double strike decks usually feature the Virtuoso and this guy. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Don't tell me you were going to block that. And if you cast anything, I'm going to follow up with the Go for the Throat. It's definitely a Virtuoso deck, though. Double Go for the Throat is so good to have against this type of deck. Because we can try remove it one time. Now he may have one whatever. If it slip out the back, he doesn't even get to put... Okay, cool. And now I can... I'll probably go for the Gix's command, honestly. Toodaloo, my friend. Off you go. Yay. You see, when I don't know, I guess I just need to be more careful with my mulligans and stuff. Probably shouldn't have kept that hand from the game before with the 3 Glissas in the top 10. Like, you start to get a bit of a feel for it. I've got 26 lands in the deck. It's just like, maybe, I don't know, whatever. Bad luck. Chalk it up to bad luck. Kurt D. Bem. Kurt the Bum. Always the legendary lands in the opening hand, like the hand smoother or whatever. Sure. I mean, whatevs. It's all one of Boseiju. But I'll use it to cast my stuff, because the rest of the hand looks pretty good. Especially again, I started off at the beginning of the video saying how I really wanted to play like mono red, mono white, which is most of the meta, and we haven't run into a single copy of that. But like, this would be a great hand against mono red, honestly. Yay! Love me some Mirrex. Mono green again. Not too worrying. And you know, if he hits us with that world tree again, Boseiju. Anybody home? I guess he's dreading a Tear Asunder if it is the tribute to the World Tree. Nice. Another walker that just... Meh. Real question is... let's get rid of it. He went for the minus. I was thinking of using the middle mode there to get rid of one of his lands. Could have been pretty cool.
Search past the walls of this road.
Hey, like, what did I say though? Lower 80s, like end of season mythic. Some jank. It's mana. Big, powerful things. Interesting though. Like, what's going on here? Ren Rot Priest? We're 38 minutes in, so if this goes a little longer, it might be the final match of the night. But honestly, I've been very impressed. I wish we'd played a Glissa. Like, the whole freaking point was to do the whole thing with the Dawn and the Glissa, but this is like 6 games in or something, and no such luck. But okay. Pardon me. Now we got Sheoldred coming down. I'm not too keen to lose this guy yet. I don't know if he would have chump blocked, but I would, whatevs. I like Bloaty Boy here. Such cool art as well. I'm now thinking there's two I call Bloaty Boy. There's also the Bloated Contaminator. One thing green can do in these situations is like swing, hope that I block with Sheoldred, and then follow up with a fight spell at instant speed. You know, your Master's Rebukes of the format. Cosmic Hunger, the new one. I was kind of more hoping he'd play like a really, really chunky, scary, like, you know, if it is more mono green, like, huh. Okay, not that. The you know, the cycle we got with the where you like can pay a Phyrexian mana. What are they called? The Vindicators? No. Oh, can't for the life of me remember the name of that cycle. There was one in each color. Anyway. Just only top deck lands for like quite a few turns now. Now I'm swinging. Let's see if he wants to block the, you know, double chomp on the processor. Otherwise, you're taking 8, 9, 10. What was the name? The green one gives everything +1/+1 counters and trample. The red one was like ping the opponent, give it. And then there was the black one that gave everything menace. The white one was like making little soldiers. Can't remember the name of those cards. But they all had the same text where you can, like, if you cast a permanent, you could pay Phyrexian mana to get it down cheaper. And the green one was probably the one that ended up seeing the most play. And is a honestly pretty strong card. Maybe it's gonna be Nissa? Kura, the Boundless Sky. Love Butcher. The Butcher would be a great top deck. Give everything haste. Menace. Because now he'll get to make a pretty big... Ooh. I think we can toy with him a little longer before I fire off the Gix's command. Or do we just want to close this one out quickly? Because this is going to make some pretty sizey incubators right here. 6 6/6s. Then we can just polish it off next turn. Or we can just go Gix's command and it'll clear the board, but then he'll probably pick the second Modia and make a spirit that is a 6/6. So then we can only swing with our menacing threat. But that's okay, because then we also get the 2... Yeah, okay, let's just close this out. Boop. Boop. It's gonna be 5 damage. Sorry, 4 damage, and then 6. So it goes down to... Sorry, 6, 7. Because of the Sheoldred trigger, goes down to 3. Still no 5-mana Glissa. But these games are going so quick, we may just be able to have... Okay, we've arrived at the 45-minute mark, guys. I've also just finished recording... Okay. Okay. Interesting. Game 5, make Rhino. Makes sense. Nice. That's nice. Well done. Okay, so now we just go and make these monster freaking Dawn listening things, I would say. You can't attack. I mean, you're welcome to try. Meh. Thank you. Okay. Maybe we still get to do the Glissa thing. It might be the next top deck. That'll be sick. 2, 4, 5. We could even just pick the last mode and give everything First Strike and Death Touch, and only transform one Incubator, and it'll still do the trick. Unless he just slams another Titan of Industry on us, then I don't know. Then we might try and get to the alternate WinCon Shelly thing. We just need him to have one more thing in the graveyard. And if he uses the Argoth Sanctum, then we're ready to rumble. Next turn, we just flip Sheoldred, target the Titan, yada yada. Woo! I guess he sees that, and that's why it's taking him so long to think through his lines. I bet he'd want to use the Sanctum of Nature there. Okay. Big stuff. Big boys. An opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. So we just need to find a removal spell for 2 mana. We should have plenty still left hanging around before this gets completely out of hand, honestly. Or, you know, a Butcher, Menace, that'll do it as well. Just activate these 2-player Butcher. There's so many options. Let's just believe in the heart of the cards. We'll be pretty disappointed after such a good run to lose against just big stompy boys. Random stompy stuff. Ooh, are you sure? I was... Now we're good. I was hoping he... didn't have something like Cameo Safekeeping or Tyvar Stand to protect the Titan. But now I'm okay. Because now he's got the 8. So we can flip Shelly and also make... How much does this cost to do? 5. So then we still got 2 more. Ooh. Ooh. The big brain plays from the opponent. You have to double block. Now, watch this. I'm just gonna sack stuff to make the bloated processor, so I need 2 more. I'm gonna take this one and this one. That's followed by board state, and now we've got big old guys. Thanks. Good game. Super fun. Valiant attempt. I need to buy more of those stickers. Well played. again. Respecta. Restekpa. Oh, yeah. -10. Let's go. Alright, guys. I've gone well over time. Unfortunately, unable to do the thing, but still, like, wow. Sweet-ass wins. And, like, again, just with the matchmaker and stuff. I know you guys just... I sound like a stuck record. I just complain about this crap all day long. But, like... like, it really, really makes such a difference what deck you put on the ladder. Like, I just was playing... Mono Red Burn in preparation for the final video of the month, just testing some stuff, and like I saw none of that stuff. It was just top tier decks because the cards in my deck were all like closer to, I guess, what the David, who's also a long time subscriber, left a comment. He mentioned that back in the day there were some forums where people had like revealed a little bit more about how it is that the matchmaker works with regards to the MMR, and I know about this stuff. But then also to do with, like, you know, if there's a certain number of cards in your deck that, like, belong in this, I don't know. Like, I wish Wizards was just a little bit more transparent about how it is that this thing works. I wish it would just be purely random. Like, it would just be Mythic people against Mythic people, and it just spins a randomizer, and it pairs you against someone else that is on your tier. That's it. No other shenanigans in the background about what cards are in the deck and blah, blah, blah. It should just be purely random. And I'm okay because they have admitted that there's two different algorithms for unranked and ranked, and I'm okay with the unranked one being a little bit different because it's for often more for like beginners, people that have just come onto the game, they're trying to like test decks or whatever. Fine. But with the ranked matchmaking algorithm, I would love it if they would just disclose like its inner workings perfectly. Just make it open source. I'm not smart enough to look at something like that and go, oh yeah, so that's how it works. But there's plenty of people in the community that would just be able to pick it apart and break it down into something that we can understand. How it is that they match opponents, etc. It would just make me happy because then I could stop complaining, you know, and believing that there's some kind of like weird conspiracy going on. But anyway, that's enough rambling, guys. Jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts and overall review. I still love it. I still love it. I really think you guys need to just give it a try, you know. It's fun, if anything. Like I said, you run into Mr. Sunfall, just move to the next game. It's not a biggie. But most of the other matchups there just felt phenomenal. And, you know, the cool, like, different interactions that you don't get to see every day, like, you know, Glistening Dawn into Glissa, or just the Bloated Processor that we just did there, where you sacrifice the other two, make it bigger, trade favorably in combat. There's just cool stuff going on that doesn't see any play at all, hardly ever. Like, I haven't seen this card across from me on the battlefield in more than a month. I can't remember the last time. Honestly, it might even have never happened. Like, I can't remember when I last saw this card, other than when I put up that video, Glistening Dawn version 1, months ago. And that's such a shame, because it's such a sweet card. And the same goes for Bloated Processor. When was the last time that you played against Bloated Processor on the ladder? Like, how many videos of mine have I put up last month where we've played against a single opponent that played a Bloated Processor? I want to say 0. It's such a cool card. Doesn't see any play. So, give it a whirl. Take it for a spin. Enjoy. Let me know in the comments. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, a Rooney, a subscribe, a Rooney, and a comment. All of those things really, really help. We've started to tick up again. We finally broke that 150 subscriber mark. It was just, you know, taking a while there, but now it seems to be creeping up again. We've breached the 1060, and onwards and upwards. Don't forget, spoiler talk episodes, you know, like the one you must have seen just before this. BrewTech are going to continue to come out during spoiler season, and then I'm going to pepper my holiday during August with the odd little bit of serious jank here and there, or if if one of you guys send me a list that you want me to play on Explorer, you know, send those lists through and I'll make some time. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. I'll see you all in the next one. And this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.